Addiction's invisible path, from prescription to devastation. The fentanyl crisis isn't just about street dealers, it often starts in places we trust, with prescriptions that can lead to addiction. From 1998 to 2010, pharmaceutical companies spent over $40 billion aggressively marketing opioids as safe and non-addictive. Purdue Pharma, the maker of OxyContin, is perhaps the most infamous example. They deliberately misled doctors, claiming their drug had minimal risk of addiction, despite clear evidence to the contrary. This manipulation led to what some call the opioid epidemic, resulting in millions of people becoming dependent on prescription painkillers, which set the stage for even more devastating consequences. According to the CDC, between 1999 and 2021, over 500,000 people in the US have died from opioid overdoses, the largest cause of accidental deaths in the country. Once prescribed, addiction sets in shockingly fast. Within just 72 hours of first use, brain chemistry begins to change. Dopamine levels, the brain's reward system, skyrocket, 10 times more powerful than natural rewards, such as eating or social bonding. This intense feeling of euphoria hijacks the brain's normal functioning, leading users to seek more of the drug to replicate that high. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, for those with a genetic predisposition, addiction risk increases by 40 to 60%. Research shows that individuals with a family history of substance abuse are far more likely to fall into addiction themselves. How did this deadly shift from prescription to heroin to fentanyl happen? As the US government cracked down on prescription opioids, users sought alternatives. Heroin was the drug of choice for many, but it was dirty, inconsistent, and dangerous. Fentanyl, however, was different. It was cheap, potent, and widespread. Fentanyl is now 50 to 100 times stronger than heroin. Just 2 milligrams, the equivalent of a few grains of salt, can be lethal. In 2022, 70% of all drug overdose deaths in the US involved fentanyl. That's more than 107,000 deaths in a single year, outpacing heart disease and cancer as leading causes of death in some age groups. What is fentanyl's role in the epidemic? Fentanyl is not only being laced into counterfeit prescription pills, but is also mixed with other street drugs like cocaine and methamphetamine. Users often don't even know they're consuming it, leading to accidental overdoses. What is the impact on families and communities? The devastation of addiction reaches far beyond the user. Children of opioid users are 8 times more likely to develop substance use disorders themselves, perpetuating a cycle of trauma and dependency. And the toll is not only personal, the economic cost of the opioid crisis is staggering. $1.5 trillion annually in lost productivity, healthcare expenses, and criminal justice costs. Addiction knows no boundaries. Addiction doesn't discriminate based on age, race, or socioeconomic status. It is a system designed to consume lives, often silently and invisibly. What starts as a simple prescription can become a life sentence, an addiction so powerful it destroys everything in its path. How many more will fall before we break the cycle? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help spread awareness.